The Bible warns us not to just be tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, by everything that happens. How do we do that? Well, faith is the key. Faith is where we see beyond what we see, that we hope, that we see eternity. It is at its very center simply to trust in God. Everything in my life changed when I got saved. I began to take control of my life. I began to not be ruled by my flesh or by my addictions even. I began to break those. And I began to do what? Trust in God. I began to put my trust. Now, it wasn't always that everything was working the way I wanted to work. In fact, I would say much of the time it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, because I couldn't see what God's plan was. I couldn't see the long-term consequences. Amen. That many of the greatest things in my life have been the difficult things where I knew I could not win. I knew that I was headed to destruction, and God saved me. Saved me. A check came in the mail that was unexpected, that paid the rent. A miracle happened, a provision. Amen. A miracle happened in my health or in my life. And I have begun to discover this secret of life is just, I trust God. And I thank Him. I thank Him for the promises that He's made. Amen. And I trust Him even in the difficulty. In the Old Testament, there's a story of 3 young men that were thrown into a fiery furnace. And they make the declaration that we know you can deliver us, God, but if you don't, they're still going to trust Him. That's Paul, the apostle, who even in prison rejoices. And again, he says rejoice. And I would say to all of us, if we're in a place of victory, let's celebrate and let's have a great time. But if we're in a place of struggle, let's celebrate still, because God is going to take us through the battle. And we are more than conquerors. We're the head and not the tail.